Hi boys and girls, we're going to be working on collage, so you want to have your 5 your texture papers from last week, and we're going to be working with, we're going to try and stretch ourselves and do abstract or organic shapes. And I'm going to actually do a quick search around the house and look for objects that are not our general geometric shapes, which those are the math shapes that you guys know of: squares, circles, rectangles, triangle, octagon, pentagon, the kind of shapes that actually have a name to them. We're going to be looking around for organic shapes and or or abstract shapes. And I have actually started collecting some things. I picked up a kiwi. I have a feather for a shape. I picked up a rock that's kind of flat. I have a seashell. I have a leaf. And I'm going to then be using these shapes to trace them on my texture pages from last week. I'm going to switch the camera view so that you can see my desk and what I'm working on. So right now might be a good time to pause this video and go and see if you can find maybe 5, 10 different organic shapes or abstract shapes or symbolic shapes. So that could be like a heart or a star or other shapes like that. All right, I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, so I have my shapes, and I'm going to use a Sharpie to trace my objects just because it will be easier for you to see on the camera. You could use a pencil if you want. I also found that it's sometimes easier to use the back of the paper to draw the shapes so that I can see what I'm drawing. It's a little clearer, and then I can see it. So you want to be drawing, I would say 12 to 15 shapes on your paper. Something wiggly like this feather. I'm just going to go basically over the shape of it. All right. You obviously can't trace directly on it. The leaf is a little bit wiggly. As we know, it makes a really great texture, but it's not so easy to trace. So I'm going to go around it gently. That's why I left this organic shape part to my upper grades, because I know you guys can handle this kind of a challenge. Okay, so I trace my leaf on there. I'm going to trace this weird kiwi shape. Now in this, you could also have, oh, here's the rock. Kind of looks similar to the kiwi, right? Just very weird shapes. I picked it because it was kind of a flat rock, so it would be easier to trace. Okay, you might also do, maybe you want to make a star shape. So I'm going to freehand that because I don't have any stars to trace. So remember, up, down, left, right, make a star, oh so bright. And so I'm just going to remember what I need to cut out for that. And I'm going to go with the outside shape. Okay. You can throw in a few geometric shapes if you want. So you're going to take all of your shapes, trace them on the different pages that you have. You don't want them too big, but you're going to then take them and cut them out. So I'm going to stop the video. I'm going to cut mine out, and then I'll talk to you about what we're going to do next. 12 to 15 shapes. Okay, so I've cut out all of my shapes, and now it's kind of a surprise because I also didn't know what would be on the other side, because if you remember, I traced it on the back. So I flip them over to see what kind of textures I have showing on the front, and I'm now going to plan out what I'm going to do. I want you to try using them and laying them out in 3 different designs, 3 different ideas. You can also remember you can do it vertical, or you can hold your paper horizontal. Remember that a star doesn't have to be a star. It could be maybe a button or a design. Maybe I'm looking at this and this is going to be a body. And I have other shapes. I have some geometric shapes here too. And maybe I don't have shapes that I need. So from here, I might, remember the story Leaf Man? This reminds me of Leaf Man. So you can look at these shapes and you can see how you could use them and put them together for your project. Maybe I need a certain shape, so I'm going to go back to my scraps and I'm going to cut it out for what I need and then put that on. I want you to try laying it out 3 different times Decide which one was your favorite design or your favorite. Maybe you want to make a robot. Maybe you want to make a city. This could be my sun in the sky. Maybe these are my buildings. And this is another odd building. Maybe this would be the street lights. All right, so think about how you might want it to look. Try it in different ways on your larger paper, then glue it down. Once you've glued it down, you can take crayons, color pencils, and add to your background and put in interesting ideas. I can't wait to see what you come up with.